Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to Total Football Talks. We're going to look at all the latest news and transfer news coming out of Manchester United. Unfortunately, I didn't get news out yesterday. I was working. I follow my Instagram if you want to see what I was doing. In the old Match of the Day studio. It was pretty cool. We are going to look at the latest news coming out of Manchester United. We're going to look at a story about United being linked to a Bayer Leverkusen player, which is quite interesting. We're going to look at Franco Masten Tuso, the Argentinian wonder kid. There's a little bit more information coming out about him. Going to look about what Ruben Amorim is talking about the massive match tonight against Bilbao, and what has also been said about Jotarez. What he said about Jotarez, which is very, very interesting, and yeah, may lead to who knows what. Okay, let's jump in with the top story, and that is, if I can find it. Manchester United are exploring a deal for Leverkusen's Jonathan Tah. Apparently, Sky Sports have got this news. I've seen a little bit of Tah play as a centre back for Leverkusen. He's kind of in his late 20s now. Would be an interesting signing, but I'm not entirely sure if this is one that we actually are going to pursue. Maybe this agent talk trying to, because Tah's contract is up in the summer. Maybe that is the reason why we actually are looking for him, because if he is out of contract, then that would make him, obviously we are looking at the market for kind of free transfers. We've been linked to Jonathan David in the past, and also Angel Gomez, all these are all coming out of contract. But it would also suit the agent to be able to talk about this, because if he is coming out of contract, he needs to drum up some interest. If there isn't as much interest as they would like at the minute, it would be potentially, linking Manchester United. Any players always a help. So I think this could be a story to keep an eye on for the minute, but I don't actually know how much is in it. What do you think? Do you guys think there's anything in Jonathan Tah? Do you think he'd be a good defender? Do you think he'd be good if we got him on a free? Do you think he could come in and do the job for a couple of years with his experience, be able to kind of rub off on the younger players coming through, the likes of Yoro, etc.? Obviously we are going to lose Harry Maguire. Tah's a bit younger, but he still has that European experience. So there is positives to him coming in. As I said, the fact that he is on a free, maybe we will do something and a little bit left field in the transfer market over the coming months. But yeah, one to keep an eye on. But I don't know. I don't know if there's too much in this. And this is match, and this is the little bit about Masten Tuso, the young Argentinian kid who's creating waves all over Europe in the minute. And it says the Manchester United have held 2 meetings about Masten Tuso, but they've explained that they cannot meet the £34 million release clause, and also Masten Tuso wants to join Real Madrid. Now we had the same issue with Lenny Yoro. Lenny Yoro also wanted to join Real Madrid, he was very interested in joining Real Madrid, but Real Madrid wanted to wait until his contract was sort of being run down. We stepped in, we paid the just over the release clause over installments, and made that deal possible, and Lenny Yoro's come to us. Is that something that we could do with Masten Tuso? Have you guys seen how good he is? Get your comments in below, or do you just think, yes, he is a young kid who's doing well in the Argentinian league, but might struggle with the physicality of the Premier League? I'd love to hear what you think about that. Obviously, he does want to move to Madrid, like many South Americans really love to go to Madrid. So even if he came to Manchester United, we'd probably lose him down the line, but maybe we'd get some very good years out of him. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure where this story's going. I've got a feeling that it's a story at the minute, but it won't go any further than that. Okay, let's jump into the next story, and that is Manchester United have been speaking to Cuna's entourage, and they've been kind of holding meetings over Zoom. The agent of Kuna is likely to fly to England, and this should indicate the deal is very, very close. Now, we've been talking about the deal being very, very close for Kuna for a little while now. He is Manchester United's primary target at the minute. He is the one that we seem to be furthest down the line with. If we can get this deal done this week, Fabrizio Romano has been saying that this deal actually is going to come out, and it's come, and we are very, very close. We're closer than close. We're hotter than the sun, whatever you want to call it. But I just love this deal to be across the line now, because I don't want closer than close to be 3 weeks down the line, because to me that's not really that close. It's actually further away. But we'll just have to see where that one goes. Now, this is what Ruben Amorim had to say about Jotarez. On the Jotarez deal, I don't talk to him, but if a player only wants to come to Manchester United to play Champions League, then he won't come. We want players who want to represent this club, not players who want to play in certain competitions. I think this is a brilliant message that Ruben Amorim is setting out here. He doesn't want players that want to play in certain competitions. He wants players that want to come and play for the club. And I believe that this will give us the best chance we have of going forward, is players who actually want to play for the badge, play for the club, and bring us back to where we need to be, which is a hell of a lot further up the table and maybe back in the Champions League. So I think there's a clear message to Jotarez. If he wants to go and play Champions League football, then you go to someone else. He is a very good striker. He has had a brilliant season. I would still like him. I still think we need experience. Ruben Amorim did also speak about in his press conference yesterday that he would like to see experienced players come in to help the younger players, because we have a raft of them coming through. We have some of them in the team already, and they need experienced players around them to help them out. And this is what Ruben Amorim has kind of alluded to in terms of changing his style. He says, we change each game. Against Bournemouth, we saw a team that pressed us high. Bilbao was more or less the same thing. We will see the strengths of the opponent. We will play the game the way we see it. So, Ruben Amorim there is talking about, he is happy to maybe not change his formation, but change the style of play within the formation that he's actually working on. And I think that's a good thing. I'm very, very pleased that that is the case. And hopefully going forward, the public who are maybe scrutinising him will see that he is a man who is willing to change. He is prepared to do what is needed to be done, but without kind of reneging on his own principles, which I think is very key, especially now when we're going through this particularly transitional period. Okay, and we'll move on to the last little bit. And I thought this was very interesting. And funny enough, this is a younger player learned from an older player, and I think this is really, really key. Manuel Agate, I'm learning a lot with Casemiro. We've had a good relationship. I try to copy all the good things that he has as a player as much as I can, not only on the pitch, but outside the pitch. He's a winner. Now, we need a team full of people who've got passion, desire, and who want to win. And I believe that if Ugarte is learning from Casemiro, that's what I'm talking about. And that's what Ruben Amorim's also talking about. We need some of these more experienced players to come in and pass the knowledge onto the younger players, use their experience on the pitch to help them through some of the bigger moments that we're going to have, hopefully going forward in the future. And if we don't have those sort of more established players in the team, the younger players can't learn. And if they can't learn, they can't grow as quickly. And if they can't grow as quickly, we will suffer as a team. And I think this is a very important message. It's great that Ugarte is learning from Casemiro. I'm absolutely delighted to hear that. Regardless of whether Casemiro stays or goes, hopefully Ugarte has extracted enough information to help him grow as a player, bring it into next season, which will be very, very important for him, because I think he's had a good season this year. I think he's been very underrated. And I think hopefully next season he'll be able to show the qualities that he has and really flourish in the Premier League and in hopefully European football next season. Okay, guys, that is your 10-minute roundup. I'm a little bit short. If you're enjoying the content, please hit the old subscribe button, bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Thumbs up would be absolutely amazing. We nearly got to 10 on the last previous one. If we can get to 10 likes on this, that'd be absolutely amazing. Thank you to everyone who has been subscribing, and to all the new followers who are joining in, please. Help me out and help me grow, and that would be massive. Thank you. I'll leave it and see you on the next one.